Alright guys, so today we've got the hook assist, or the assist hooks. And these hooks are made for the jigging lures that are attached, so that way as the lure is jigging through the water and it catches a fish, the hook will keep the fish teeth away from the lure to make it last longer. However, these are supposed to be made with a Kelvar Braid, which is supposed to be almost tooth-proof, but we have seen where it cuts through pretty easily on the ones that, on these that were purchased and used. I saw where the guy went down one time and got a good hit and it was cut off instantly on both strands. So what I went ahead and did was I contacted Jerry Brown and had them send us over some 200 pound, some 300 pound, and some 700 pound of the Kelvar Braid. What we're going to go ahead and do is replace the braid that came with these assist hooks with that other Kelvar Braid and go ahead and make our own assist hooks. So we're going to go ahead and show you how we're doing them, and that way you can make your own if you want to. And if you'd like to get some of the Kelvar Braid, let us know and we can get y'all hooked up as well. So what we're going to start with is the hooks that were originally sent with us. We're going to cut everything off. What we're going to reuse is the ring here and the hooks. Everything else is going to go to waste or go to the trash because we got tired of losing fish. So let's see if the improved braid is better than this braid. And obviously right now we're just making the assist hooks. We haven't gone out to try them out yet, so stay tuned for that video to come. But let's go ahead and get rid of this right now and start over. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do now is I've got my 300 pound right here. I've got my 700 pound as well. And pretty huge size difference right there. And then I've also got my 200 pound. Oh, the label's not there, but this is 200 pound. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the hook assist with this, and alright, we're going to start them all off at 7 inches. So from right here is where I'm going to cut them, so that way I can have enough string to double back and make the loops and make my hook assist. Alright, so now that I've got my sections cut and measured, what I'm going to start now is I'm going to start doubling them back so that way I can make my drop sections for my hooks. Now here's the beautiful thing. I just created these rigging needles, the loop end needles, on my last video. Well, guess what? I get to use them on this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pre-measure how big I want my loop to be and which one I want to send in. See how this one's already kind of frayed out a little bit? That was when they shipped it to us. You can see on all the ends they're all nice and clean cut. Still took a little sawing to get through them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this end in here so I can hide it a little better. But I'm going to make sure to make my loop just a little bigger, since this is the 700 pound test. And what I'm going to do, once I get my needle in, what I'm going to do is, just like on a reverse latch kind of deal, I'm going to tow this braid back in on itself. And it's kind of tricky because this one's pretty thick braid, so you gotta fold this back and get this braid to open up big enough to get it around and in. Once you get it in, be careful because you're going to close up this knot. Alright. So now that I've got it in there, I need to backtrack it just a little bit. So that way too, once I insert this through my hook, I can tie it down. But that's the starting point of it. Let's go and get it in the hook. Alright, I'm going to send it in almost all the way because I need to make a half hitch knot right here so I can tie up my braid to the hook. So now that I've got it in there, that's the first step. The next step will be to do my closeout knot here to tie my braid to the hook. And once it's hooked in there, this will pretty much not be able to come apart. Alright, so when they make these hook assists, they usually use some kind of adhesive and their closeout knot here. But I'm going to circumvent a little bit of that and I'm going to show you how. One, I'm still going to use the braid, and what I'm going to use is the 50-pound again. I kind of like using the 50. That's just personal preference. And what we'll do, we'll start off with our half hitch to close it to. Alright, so I'm going to start with my half hitch, and the way I start this half hitch is I send the tag end down toward the shaft this way, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get it cinched down. I'm going to suck it up a little bit, and then what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to half hitch it going down the shaft. Okay. Wish I had one of them fly deals that the guys use for freshwater fly making. That would really come in handy right about now. But okay. Alright, so there's one, and I'll keep doing this until I get about 5 or 6 of them on there. And what this is doing is holding this knot together, so that way the braid doesn't slip off the hook under pressure. Alright, now here is what they do. It's called a closeout knot. And what you'll do is you'll bring your tag end, you'll make a loop, and then you'll go into it, but not cinching it down. Go one, and you go twice, and then you're going to go a third time. Okay, send it in. Okay, once I've gotten it like that, I'm going to take my main line and I'm gonna start wrapping it the opposite direction. Now that I've got my tag end around here, I've got all my other loops over here, I'm gonna take my main line around it. This is where you gotta kind of be careful because you wanna hold your line there. And you're gonna go once, you're gonna go twice, and you're gonna go a third time. Okay, and what's basically happening is all the loops that I put into the inside of this, I'm taking them off, but the hook over here is played a little jumble with it. So now that I've got it like that, you can actually do it a few more times since you have the ability to come around the hook. Now what I'm gonna do is, here's my tag end. I'm gonna start cinching down my tag end. As you can see, it's underneath all the wraps that I just put into it. Okay, so nice and slow, get it closed in there, and now I'm gonna cinch it down. Okay, and what this is doing is allowing me, this allows me to hide my tag end to where you can't see it. Now granted, it's falling off the end over here, but it really won't matter at that point because all these wraps here are around my tag end, so it'll keep it from loosening up. How you doing, boss? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut here. Okay. And I like to still flare my ends out with that. Okay. Always work with your point deflector right there, because I mean, trust me, you can slip over this real quick and it won't be fun. Now that I've got my marine grade heat shrink on it, I'm gonna go ahead and cinch it down, and the adhesive on the inside is gonna act as my glue that I need to get it set up. And there you go. There's my assist hook set up, ready to rock and roll. Now, I just gotta finish the rest. Fun, fun. All right, so these are 200 pound, these are 300 pound, these are 700 pound. All made from scratch using the simple things you can get at your local stores, except the Kelvar Braid. Give us a call, let us know. Till then, you'll have a good one, and here's to making some of your own assist hooks. All right, guys, y'all have a good one. Thank you very much.